It feels like virtually overnight, every single software vendor on the market slapped an AI-powered badge onto their landing page. When you sit down for a vendor pitch, they show you a perfectly tuned system. The sample data is flawlessly clean, and the AI generates complex reports in seconds. It looks incredible. An eager adopter sees those features and immediately thinks about productivity gains. But a seasoned CIO looks at that exact same demo and thinks about the balance sheet, the existing architecture, and the hidden risks. This scorecard shifts focus to the foundation. While demos highlight cool features, an enterprise prioritizes data sovereignty, compute TCO, and workflow ROI. Fixating on features blinds you to the necessary infrastructure. You must ask, where does data go and who pays for the compute? Skipping those structural questions means you might buy a slick interface today, only to inherit a massive, unbudgeted liability tomorrow. Every company has a secure, carefully guarded internal network. The moment you introduce a new external AI tool, you are creating a bridge out of that secure environment. If your team takes proprietary product code or a spreadsheet full of sensitive customer records and pastes that text into a vendor's prompt box, that data is now leaving your control. In an insecure setup, sensitive information leaves your private tenant, flowing directly into the vendor's shared training model. The algorithm learns from your inputs, training the public model for competitors. To prevent this, demand enterprise-grade guarantees that your data remains strictly isolated. Automating a few daily emails or summarizing meeting notes carries zero value if it results in leaking your client list. Without verifiable, strict data isolation architecture, the tool fails the compliance test. You walk away from the deal, regardless of how impressive the generative capabilities are. Once you secure the data, you have to look at the financial reality of deploying the software across hundreds of employees. Traditional software as a service is highly predictable. You pay a flat fee per user per year. AI operates on a different economic structure. On this comparison graph, flat per-seat SaaS fees are predictable, but with token usage, you pay a variable rate for compute power every time an employee generates a response. As prompts multiply, that usage line curves exponentially upward, creating massive, unpredictable infrastructure and labor costs. Companies that skip this math buy a low-cost license up front and then receive a staggering infrastructure bill at the end of the month. Evaluating a tool means calculating the total cost of ownership. You have to budget for the invisible compute cycles and the internal maintenance required to keep the system running. Even if the software is secure and within budget, you must look at how your team will actually use it on a Tuesday afternoon. Standalone AI web applications force employees to break their routine. They have to export data, open a new browser tab, paste the data in, generate an answer, and copy it all back. This flowchart breaks down business utility. On the isolated side, manual steps create an operational silo, forcing highly paid staff into manual data entry. The alternative is integrated AI, sitting seamlessly in your continuous pipeline to directly attack measurable bottlenecks. Having access to a highly intelligent large language model offers zero business advantage if accessing it creates more administrative work than it eliminates. A tool must solve a specific, measurable workflow bottleneck with clear ROI. Otherwise, you are buying an expensive toy. Responsible AI procurement means passing on the instant gratification of a flashy interface and demanding structural proof from the vendor. Let's look at this comparison matrix to align your buying strategy with your actual risk tolerance. For the budget-conscious buyer on the left, jumping into variable compute AI models is dangerous if you lack a dedicated internal IT team to actively monitor daily token usage. Resource-strapped teams should strictly limit their procurement to established vendors that offer hard, capped pricing models. For the enterprise CIO on the right, the architectural review comes first. You do not evaluate features until the foundation is verified. You demand explicit data sovereignty. If the vendor cannot guarantee your data remains isolated, the conversation ends immediately. When you see vague compute costs and weak data isolation, you have successfully spotted an AI wrapper. An enterprise-ready AI tool provides a measurable return by protecting corporate IP, maintaining a predictable budget, and removing manual friction from the existing business pipeline.